It's day one until the very last. Here's a track for all the homies, wonder where they at. I've been missing y'all and distant, could've called, I know I didn't, but I'd fall into addiction and put years in the bank, and now I'm back. This marijuana's got me missing all my day ones, reminiscing, but I hang strong. All apologies to all that got involved with the gang. We parted ways and all the friends that said I changed up. I stay in touch just as much as I can. Issues mainly with trust, so I ain't fucking with friends. I said it's day one, fuck what your gang done did. For you dog, I got your back until the day I'm dead. I'll be a friend until the end and even after too. This track is yours as my support, I'm about to pour, so here's a splash or two. I crack the cap on the goose and get the passing it around the room for all my soldiers in the crowded crew.
How many moments will we take for granted? Too many, too much. How many friendships up for trade or traffic? Too many, too much. How many problems do we gotta have with others before we see that it's us? How many? Too many, too much. How many homies gotta see the casket? Tell me it's none before we all forgive their actions and forget what they've done. How many problems do we gotta have with others before we see that it's us? How many? Too many, too much.
Second verse is for the less mentioned. Best friend, heaven sent in return. She set the record for the many that I'd left to the curb, and then she ended up a victim of her burdens in the next second. Text messages that left me concerned. She says depression is a hell of a hurt, certainly extensive. One of my very best friendships, yes I said this for her. This verse is heavy on me as I'm counting one last blessing. It's rest in paradise, I wear this like a pair of white Adidas. Emotionally paralyzed, I'm smoking like Khalifa. I put the weed up when I think about the people that crossed and all the tears that it cost. I tried to keep them. It was eating me alive, I felt defeated, so I treated it with highs. And as the sorrow turned to more, the more I'd need to get by. It's unbelievable, I need you as the seasons go by. It's hard to leave you behind.
How many moments will we take for granted? Too many, too much. How many friendships up for trade or traffic? Too many, too much. How many problems do we gotta have with others before we see that it's us? How many? Too many, too much. How many homies gotta see the cast? Tell me it's none before we all forgive their actions and forget what they've done. How many problems do we gotta have with others before we see that it's us? How many? Too many, too much.
Trap mathematics, it's gangbanging and slanging Ozies. Half is only adding to the problem and solving it by subtracting homies. The other half is on that shook shit. They let us get the book and then they acting phony. Divided by gangs and last names and labels that'll stick when you get back from Stony. Some people disappear and live in fear or holy matrimony. Others disappear and left the tears behind, the fam is lonely. It's sad, but these are only the facts that hold true. A lot are all for starting to plan till it falls through, and then they got no one to fall back on, so it's all you. It's the reality we face. Savages and soldiers with a past that we erase or try, but can't because it happened, so we have to be this way. And so it's handle what we may until the day we die.
How many moments will we take for granted? Too many, too much. How many friendships up for trade or traffic? Too many, too much. How many problems do we gotta have with others before we see that it's us? How many? Too many, too much. How many homies gotta see the casket? Tell me it's none before we all forgive their actions and forget what they've done. How many problems do we gotta have with others before we see that it's us? How many? Too many, too much.